Hi everyone, welcome to your weekly messages for August 9th through the 15th. Wow, halfway through August already, guys. Wow. Oh, so this is the general reading for everybody, all zodiac signs, all divine feminine, divine masculine, non-binary, however you identify. Hello, welcome. If you are new to the channel, hello, welcome. Happy to have you here. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you are returning, welcome back. So Lionsgate is still going on through the 12th, but the peak was yesterday, August 8th. So you can still harness that powerful energy. It's still happening. It was just that the peak was yesterday. So it's the day that we celebrate it, so to speak. And hopefully it was a good day for you. I know that these energies coming in are really intense, so hopefully it wasn't too terrible for you and that you were able to peacefully navigate your day. So I have all the decks listed below, as well as all of my contact information. So like I said, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on social media and check out my website and contact me if you'd like to book your own personal reading. Tarot, Oracle, Reiki, chakras, past life, spiritual counseling, home blessings if you're local to me. So happy to help you out in any way that I can. And speaking of past life, I did a Facebook Live this past week, Thursday I think it was, and talked all about past lives, and I did upload that video to the channel. And you can check that out if you were interested in past lives, figuring out, it's kind of like a basics, like what are they, how do I know if I've had one, etc. There's a ton of interest in doing a meditation that I kind of started channeling. So I'll probably be doing that over on Facebook. So make sure that you follow Willow Tree Healing over on Facebook so that you can find out anytime that I do a live, and which I do about once a week. And also more on that meditation. It's going to be closed. It's not going to be a public Facebook Live. It's going to be a closed session, probably a minimal charge, just to make sure that people really are, to make it affordable. Don't worry, I wouldn't charge anything that I wouldn't be willing to pay for myself. And it's just to kind of keep trolls out, basically. There's really no other way to put it. So make sure that you follow me over there on Facebook to know when I go live and to keep up with that. This coming Tuesday on the 11th, August 11th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to go live and talk about the most common messages that Spirit wants you to hear. So things that I've heard in readings, that I've heard myself, and also, if any messages want to pop through for anybody who's on, I'm open as long as you're open and Spirit is open. So when we have those three, like a Venn diagram, everybody's open to receiving. I will channel some messages to people if they come through. So make sure that you follow me over there if you are able and interested. That is not one I'll be uploading to the channel, I don't believe. If I do, it'll be the first half. It won't include the messages that come through. I might also do a closed event if there's interest in doing a messages kind of spirit circle kind of thing. So whoever signs up, and if their loved ones want to come through, hopefully everybody will get a message. I can't guarantee anything, but you can always book your own personal reading with me if you would like that. So this week, we're coming out of Lionsgate. We're coming out of, like I said, that goes through the 12th, so Wednesday. I can see my calendar from here, kind of. It's a little far away. It's in my dining room. But let's see, what else do we have going on? Coming out of a full moon. So we're kind of that in between the full moon and the new moon energy. And so continue releasing things. Chiron is still retrograde through December. There's a lot of planets in Capricorn right now, so you might be super focused on work and getting things done and achieving your goals. But Venus enters the sign of Cancer, I think this week. So Venus rules relationships, anything to do with the home, beauty, harmony and balance. So there's the masculine side of Venus is in Libra, and the feminine side of Venus is in Taurus. And to me, that felt a little bit backwards. But then it really made sense once I started thinking about the energy. So Venus rules those two zodiac signs. So you guys might be feeling it a bit more. So it's going into the sign of Cancer. So Cancerians, you might feel this pretty heavily. And Libra and Taurus, which Venus naturally rules, you guys might be feeling this transit extra as well. So since Venus is leaving Gemini and very air-oriented, very focused, and with all those planets in Capricorn, with Venus now transiting into the sign of Cancer, we're going to have our focus on the home and family. So that's where your focus might go. Not that that's a bad thing, but if it was, especially with Chiron, the wounded healer in retrograde, might be bringing up some stuff. So just be prepared to release and heal, because that's all it is, right? Chiron's just helping us to realize what wounds still need to be healed. So it's the opportunity for healing those wounds, and not to punish you by any means, just an opportunity for healing. And then anything with the home. So things might get a little tense at home, or you might bring up some stuff that people have shoved down for so long, and it's like, all right, we need to let this out. If you're not with anybody and you're not living with any family members, then it could be bringing in an opportunity to find some love or new love. So stay tuned. So let's get general reading for the collective. I have I always do that because they're my decks and I love them so much, but I did not author them and I cannot take credit for these beautiful cards. I have the Tarot de la Nuit for the main, and then which one did I grab here? The Thelema Tarot for the clarifiers, and then I have several oracle decks. I'm definitely going to pull from my Isis Oracle deck because we're still in Lionsgate, and that's, if you didn't watch last week's general, go ahead and watch it. I talked a lot about Lionsgate and what it means, and also the internet is a plethora of informations out there, so you can always do that. But because it has to do basically with Egypt and the ancient wisdom that comes through in the pyramids of Giza and the alignments and all the things. So check that out to get more. So I definitely want to pull from Isis. It's a new deck for me. So as much as I love it, I haven't really got to use it very much. So I do have the guidebook, so I will be pulling because they are not super intuitive. So me and the deck need to get to know each other a little bit better before I can fly solo. But sometimes I also like to read from the guidebook if I'm so guided, because there might be a phrase or a word that is illuminated. It's like, oh, it might catch your attention. So we shall see what comes out. Any of the decks that I use are listed in the description box below, so you can check them out on your own. I believe every deck, no, there is one deck that I am using that is no longer in print because the author is basically retired. So that deck is no longer available as a fresh, no, there's two decks I might use by the same author. So we'll see what comes out. I have some more serious decks, and I have some more playful decks. So we'll see what comes out. Felt a mix of energy. I always, before I start my readings, I always go to my bookcase where I have entirely too many decks. I'm a deck addict. And, but I love them all. So maybe I don't have too many. That might be a matter of opinion. And I see what calls to me, and there always seems to be a theme. All right, guys. Overall energy. These are the messages that want to come out this week. We're all on different timelines with our journey, on different places on our journey. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Gender is always neutral. If I say he or she, it's just the energy of the card. Like kings or he's, queens or she's. Gender's neutral. Take what resonates. And these are the messages that want to come out this week. So it's not necessarily what's going to happen this week. For some, it might. For others, it's just what could be going on. And always check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well, because it might give you additional information or just more pieces to the puzzle. Will resonate more for you. The Fool. Beautiful. Love this card. I love this deck. So the Fool is the very first card of the tarot. It's the very first card of the major arcana. So, a whole lot of firsts here. New, fresh energy. And it's upright, so that's awesome. The Moon. Hey, Pisces and Cancer. 4 of Cups in reverse. 10 of Pentacles. 7 of Cups. They want one more. 8 of Wands. Okay. So, brand new. Something new. A new chapter. Maybe a whole new book. How exciting. We're going to see what comes out when we clarify, but I'm just going to kind of give you the overview here for those of you not familiar with the cards. The Moon. So every zodiac sign is represented in the major arcana. This is Pisces and Cancer. So hello to you guys. And with the Fool, some people see that as Aries because it's the very first one. So the Moon. Secret. Stuff coming to light. Also moon cycles. 4 of Cups in reverse. That's nice. Because when it's upright, she's just kind of laying there like, oh, I'm so bored. Stagnant, not moving on, not moving forward, getting stuck in the past, because they tend to be focused. The thing about this deck is that it's not super, the illustrations are not super traditional with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. So traditionally, the person would be sitting there looking at 3 spilled cups. What's the 3 of Cups? Celebrations. So in this deck, you can't really see anything like that. So, and then there's an Ace of Cups over here, which new love, new beginnings, also self-love. And it's like, hey, if you just turn around, little Bonnie Tyler there, turn around, you would see this wonderful new opportunity. So you need to change your perspective. So in reverse, you're not stuck anymore. That new beginning. This is right in the middle. So that's beautiful, beautiful energy. You're not feeling stuck. You're ready to get up and go. 10 of Pentacles. Gorgeous. So the 10 of Pentacles, that's all about the home and stability, having the dog, the cat, the house, a little white picket fence, very financially stable. So we'll see what else comes out with that. The counterpart, the 10 of Cups, is all about the emotional. It's very emotionally stable. This is very like tangible stuff. 7 of Cups in reverse. Maybe if you're feeling like you didn't have a choice in the matter, or maybe someone was trying to deceive you. When it's in reverse, so there it is upright, so you can kind of feel into it a little bit. So in reverse, maybe you're feeling like you don't have options, or that someone's trying to manipulate you a little bit. But they asked me to pull an extra card, so I did. I do what I'm told when it comes to spirit. The 8 of Wands, it's all about communication, action, stepping forward into your power. I haven't ever heard that before, so interesting. So instead of being deceived, or instead of feeling like you don't have any choices, something's showing you that you actually do, and you can, and you will triumph over that. So let's clarify here. I just like to shuffle on camera so you guys can see. Not just my mad shuffling skills, but that I don't stack the deck. One more. Maybe we'll do one more. Seemed to stick a little there at the end. I don't know. Don't know what to think of that. Okay, so clarifying the Fool. What is the new chapter beginning? It's always exciting, right? Okay, interesting. So we have the Empress in reverse. So maybe you weren't feeling nurtured. Maybe you weren't feeling powerful. The Empress is all of the queens combined. So swords, pentacles, cups, wands. Very balanced, very nurturing. The ultimate wife and mother. Maybe you guys are somebody got a divorce and that's what the new is. And I just say divorce, like you might not have been married on paper, but you were together for a while. So it's a breakup of a significant relationship. So just note that. So when we turn her on her head, maybe that's it. Maybe you felt like you were turned upside down, but she's not in her power. She's definitely not feeling very creative, birthing new projects, something new, something's just not right. And that's probably what's triggering this new beginning for you. Five of Cups, grief. Yeah, definitely somebody's storyline. I don't mean one single person, but anybody who's watching this reading, this is the grief card. Something happened. Something got turned upside down. Whether it was you getting out of a long-term relationship, maybe something happened, maybe out of falling out or something happened with a mother or a mother figure. And it's just, you've been grieving for so long. The Hermit in reverse, sign of Virgo. So it's kind of triggering a dark night of the soul with these other cards going. The Hermit can also indicate coming out of hermit mode, like coming out of your shell. With these other two cards here, the way that they're presenting, that is definitely a dark night of the soul. So something triggered a dark night of the soul, caused you to go within, kind of cut off everybody else, and you're definitely grieving the loss of something significant in your life, where you're not feeling nurtured, you're not happy, you're not feeling creative, you weren't feeling like doing something new. King of Wands. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. Hello. Could have been with an Aries, Leo, or Sag, or you could be one of those zodiac signs. Doesn't have to be. But if this is resonating for you, that could be your storyline too. The King of Wands, also somebody who could be a father figure, somebody who is very, he's in control. He knows what he's doing, very patriarchal, very passionate. He knows just what to do. He's very action oriented because that's Wands, that's fire energy. It's very action oriented. He knows just what to do to help you. So you could be seeking counsel from somebody like that, or that could be the energy that you're in now. Like, all right, this happened. I grieved. I went within for a while, and now I'm coming out, and I know what I need to do. I need to start a brand new beginning. I need to start over. Or sometimes you don't want to start over. You just want to begin something new. Like I said, a whole new chapter or a whole new book. Time to close the chapter and start a new one. And sometimes, especially if it's a divorce situation, you need to close the book on that relationship and start a new one. And what better relationship to start on than one with yourself? Now we'll clarify the moon. See what's coming to light. What's being revealed. Whoa. With that many cards, I like to call that a missed shuffle. My bad. I don't have small hands, but sometimes the deck just gets away from you. All right, the moon. Ooh. All right. Okay. It's a lot of cards, guys. Stay with me. All right, Judgment. Beautiful. I love this card. I love this depiction. Love it. So light and so beautiful and so airy. So Judgment is all about, well, it could be a literal, it could be a judgment call. It could be a ruling, like a court ruling, especially if we saw justice, which I don't, but I see some others. So this, whatever's coming up, see how they're looking at each other? Something, okay, so if your storyline is one of deception, where somebody maybe was deceiving you, or a significant relationship ended, something came to light and it needed to happen. And with this being two major arcanas here, and they're looking right at each other. So this was divinely orchestrated. This needed to happen. Something needed to come out so that for the highest and greatest good, with Judgment here, it needed to come up because something was not aligning for the highest and greatest good, because maybe someone was trying to do something that they weren't supposed to do, or manipulating a situation or a person. It just wasn't serving you anymore. Something like that. Something came to light that really needed to, and the divine was like, enough of the debauchery. I try to keep it PG-13. I was trying not to say BS, but sometimes things fall out of my mouth. So I'm trying to keep it light here. Six of Pentacles in reverse. It wasn't fair. It wasn't balanced. It was not a good situation. There was not an even distribution of wealth, resources in whatever way, energy, time, whatever it was. Because it's Pentacles, it could very well be somebody was the breadwinner and they were tired of it. Like, hey, you are not pulling your fair share. You're capable. It's not like, oh, you just have a better job than I do, or you have, you're in management and I'm not. It's not that. I mean, you don't have to make the exact same amount of money for it to be equal. It's like in my relationship. I work part-time, but I take care of the child. And my wife goes to work every day. I mean, so do I. But she works, she's in upper management, and she makes more money than I do. And that's fine. It's totally fine. It's fair and balanced because we both contribute to the household, and I just pick up the slack around the house, and I'm also in charge of keeping my child alive. So it can be balanced in that way. It doesn't have to be that you guys make the exact same amount of money. That's not at all what that means. It's just that time, resources, somebody could be going behind somebody's back and doing something they're not supposed to do. It's not balanced. It's not even in all of that regard. Six of Swords in reverse. So feeling a bit stuck, kind of like, I can't leave. Whether it's because maybe you're afraid that this judgment would leave you empty-handed, that it wouldn't be fair if you left, that the assets would not be divided equally or fairly, and you're just afraid and feeling stuck, kind of like, I can't leave because the custody agreement wouldn't work out, or my significant other is threatening to take every dime that I have, and you're just afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that. It's okay. These secrets are coming out, and they're coming to light for a good reason. And you could be surprised, because sometimes people do just walk away. It's like, you know what? I don't want any. You can have the house. I'm just going to take my car, my clothes, my pictures, and I'm going to leave. You never know. So when you feel like you're stuck and you're feeling like you can't move on for whatever reason, maybe it's just an emotional, you're stuck and you can't move on. Maybe you're stuck in shoulda, woulda, couldas. Especially with swords, that's our head, that's our energy. So Like I said, take what resonates for you. King of Pentacles in reverse, so earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be you, could be the other person. In general, the King of Pentacles is somebody who, when he's upright, very fair and balanced and a boss and works for what he has earned and earned what he has worked for. I'm getting heady because I'm getting a lot of different scenarios, so I'm trying to say them all. Hopefully it's making sense. Take your storyline, take what resonates, take the energy, apply it to your situation if it feels right for you. In reverse, maybe he's a workaholic. He's overly focused on those pentacles. Maybe you lost a job, or you're fearing that you're going to lose your job, or just that pentacle in general, you're afraid you're going to drop it, that you're going to lose everything. Like I said, threatening to take you for every dime you have if you leave. That is manipulation. That is and that is so that's not cool. That's not okay. That is ridiculous behavior. It's about as PG-13 as I can get. But I'm really, like, I'm physically hot right now. It's not okay. Do not put up with that. Knight of Swords in reverse, air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So when knights are Knights are all about action and very action oriented. And this is the fastest knight in the deck. So in reverse, just feeling stuck, just not moving. And if you're an air sign or dealing with an air sign, it could just be that they're, turned upside down. It's not pretty. Four of Cups, right side up. So definitely making you feel, maybe you're looking back on those shoulda, woulda, couldas, kind of like, oh, if I'd have done this differently, or if only I had seen that to begin with. Why did I have to go through all of this? Because it's a lesson. It's a life lesson for you. The universe is not trying to punish you with this situation. They're bringing it to light. Like, okay, here you go. This situation was presented to you. This is like the whole grass isn't always greener thing. You had two choices. You could go this road or you could go this road. And you chose to go this road. And that's fine. Because this road gave you the lessons that you needed. Now you're seeing it. And now you're looking like, what if I had gone this way? How would my life have been different? If you haven't heard this story from me before, you're going to hear it now. And I will give a Cliff Notes version. So you can't dwell. I mean, you can, but what purpose does that serve? Dwelling on what happened, on those shoulda, woulda, couldas. How would my life be different? I was driving one day a couple of years ago, and I was having one of these moments, one of these Four of Cups moments where I'm like, what if I'd made a different choice? What if I had done something different? How would my life be different? Would I be happier? Would I be more stable? Would I? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. And I very loudly, very clearly heard, and I know exactly where I was. I was about a mile from my house. And I heard very clearly, you wouldn't. You would not be anywhere else on your path. You are exactly where you were supposed to be, exactly what would have happened anyway. Because we would have orchestrated events to get you on that path. You can take this path, might have had a detour, but eventually these two paths would have merged and you would have learned the same lessons. So, in short, there's a reason. There's a life lesson for you to have learned as a result of what has been going on. So, try not to get too stuck in this stagnant energy, looking back, thinking about what could have been, or those happier times. If it is a divorce, kind of like, what could I have done differently in the relationship? You are in charge of you. You are not in charge of anyone else. They make their decisions based on the information that they have. And those decisions have nothing to do with you. It might seem that way through our human filter, but if somebody is trying to manipulate you into staying in a relationship, that's fear. That is fear. They're not confident within themselves that they can take care of themselves. That is not your lesson. That is their lesson. Maybe it's time for them, no matter how, if they're 20 or 50, it's time, maybe they've never been on their own for very long. And it's time for them to understand that they can do that. They can be on their own and be successful, and they're taking back their power. That's for them to learn, whether they choose or not. It is not your responsibility to take care of them and like, oh, I can't leave because then they wouldn't have enough money. That's not for you. That's not for you to decide. That's for them to decide if they have blocks to abundance. Or maybe they're just very comfortable where they are, and maybe they like to shop a lot, or they like to hang out, or they like to only work part-time even though they could work full-time because you're contributing. Whatever is the situation. Your lessons are your lessons. Their lessons are their lessons. You couldn't have done anything differently. And if you feel like you could, remember the lesson, forgive yourself, forgive whatever happened, and move on. We've all been there. Soapbox. Nine of Swords in reverse. So yeah, this is going to get to the point where you're not going to lose sleep over it anymore. You're not going to feel like this is keeping you up at night. So when it's right side up, it's like anxieties, insomnia. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So in reverse, it's more like, okay, I can breathe now. I can sleep, because initially these secrets came out and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But now in reverse, those swords are falling out. They're falling away. They're not a burden. You're able to relax now. It's like, oh, and judgment is also about enlightenment. So it's like, oh, that's why that happened. Okay. Four of Cups in reverse. That was quick. Oh. Okay. So, Lovers in reverse, sign of Gemini. So this is major arcana. This is major life partnership, major relationship. Could even be twin flame, ultimate soulmate, whatever you want to call it. So in reverse, this is not happening anymore. Maybe that's why you were in the Four of Cups. Maybe you thought that this person was your twin flame, ultimate soulmate, divine partner, or whatever. And it wasn't. And it became, because of the moon, it became apparent like, I thought that you were someone super special. Not that you're not special, but you're not my person. And therefore, we're moving on. Could just be the ending of a significant relationship. Take it how it resonates for you. Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so heartbreak, sadness, possible third party energy going down here. So it's like, you know what? Once you realize that you're not going to stay in this stuck energy anymore, you are going to get up and move on, that this person wasn't for you in whatever way that means for you, you're not going to be heartbroken. You're not going to be losing any sleep. You're not going to be heartbroken over it anymore. It's like, you know what? I accept this and I move on. Nice. High Priestess. That's my girl. So for those of you who don't know, I see myself as the High Priestess in any deck. So I always look at the High Priestess to determine if I'm going to purchase a deck. And she's beautiful. Sign of Pisces. Very intuitive, esoteric knowledge. She listens to her guides and her intuition, her higher self. She's a human lie detector. You can try to lie to her, but it's not going to work. And she plays her cards very close to the vest. She does not let people see. She knows, but she might not let you know that she knows. If you're trying to pull one over on her, Seven of Cups in reverse. If you are trying to pull one over on her, she's going to see right through it. Whether she tells you or not is a matter of if she cares. If she's like, oh, okay. She doesn't care. If she plays along, even though she knows better, she doesn't want to put her energy into the situation. However, if she calls you out and says, try again, nice try, what's the truth? And would you like to tell me the truth now? Would you like to try again? It's kind of like mom when you come home and you're like, oh, my cell phone battery died. And she's like, really? Because I can see right here on my phone where you are and where you've been. Would you like to try again? That's her. That's the high priestess. She knows. It's just a matter of if she calls you out on it or not. So you could be calling somebody out on the BS. You could also just be saying, you know what? I'm listening to my intuition. This is not my person. And I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this. Four of Swords. Yep. Lots of meditation, and he even looks like it too. It's a great depiction. Taking a time out, just chilling, listening to your intuition, listening to your higher self, your guides, your angels, spirit, whatever it is for you. Time in careful meditation, prayer, whatever it is for you, again. And deciding what is best for you. Like I said, you're not in charge of anybody else. They're not in charge of you. Unless it's a child, of course. But you know what I mean. When it comes to relationships of any kind. Could be with a sibling. Could be your best friend. Could be a coworker. Could be a lover. Whatever it is for you. You are in charge of you. 10 of Pentacles. So somebody could threaten all that they want all day long. I'm going to take everything. I'm going to take the house, the car, the cat, the dog, the pig, the goat, the little white picket fence, whatever it is. You know what? You can have it. That's old, stale, stagnant energy. That's 4 of Cups. I don't want it. I'm going to go and I'm going to build myself my own 10 of Pentacles. Good for you. Okay. The World. Yep, you're done. Completion. End of a cycle. 10s also are completion. The end of the cycle. So this is definitely ending. Maybe it was too much in the Pentacles because you guys were, there's not a lot of Cups energy here. You were too bogged down. You were too concerned with appearances, or you were too concerned with material comfort. And it's like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and just let that go. 5 of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. So that could be why this is ending, or it could be your fears. You could feel, because this is ending, maybe somebody did take the house, or maybe they did leave. The Tower in reverse. So that doesn't make me super excited. I'm the weirdo that loves the Tower. I do. I love the Tower. I think it's fantastic energy because a lot of people get scared. In this particular Tower, it's like kind of scary, but in general, there's like people falling out of the building and everything's on fire and chaos ensues, right? So to me, it's like, no, that's not scary. I mean, it might feel pretty scary when you're in the middle of it all, when you're in the middle of the storm, but what it does is it comes through and it just knocks everything down. Everything that's no longer serving us, gone. And then you have a chance to rebuild with the strong bricks that are left. So in reverse, this could be that you're not moving on because you're afraid of the Tower. And it could just be that the universe, because you chose to move on, the universe is not doing it for you. That's pretty much what the Tower is. Because it's like, all right, let's get on this. You've got lessons to learn, TikTok. for the Tower upright, the universe is like, all right, coming through and clearing everything for you. So because you are doing this on your own, it doesn't necessarily feel like a Tower moment. It doesn't feel like everything's on fire and people are falling out of the buildings and all the things. So let's look at the last one because I'm kind of stuck on that 5 of Pentacles energy. 6 of Wands in reverse, not feeling victorious. Okay. See, sometimes you just have to put it all together. So though it's completing and though you're ending the situation and you're doing it on your own free will, or mostly, you still kind of feel like, because 5 is half of 10, the division of assets is like, oh, I'm still only going to have half. And you're kind of afraid of what that's going to mean. But you know what? Don't be. I know, easy for me to say. Trust me, I've been through it. Twice. So, and I'm hearing that song, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. So, because this is ending, you're on a new path. All of this is happening to put you on your new path, on a new journey. And that, I understand how that can be scary for people, because we get comfortable. We get 10 of Pentacles. We get very comfortable and we think we're happy, but really we're just kind of complacent. So when that happens, the universe orchestrates some events, and it's kind of like a little bit of rumbling happens, some secrets come out, and it's like this light shines. And it doesn't have to be like, oh my God, secrets. Did you know somebody's cheating or somebody's hiding money? Certainly could be. That happens. But it could also just be what you have chosen to shield from yourself and what you have chosen to not see. Like you've been putting up with gaslighting or emotional abuse or not mutual loving and respectful energy. It's like, oh, we're just playing, but really you're saying to each other, like, you're such a bitch, or you're da 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 da, you know, or quit crying about it, or you know what, just shut up. Oh, we're just playing. It's like, are you? Or is that really how you feel and you're just being passive aggressive about it? So, you know, the little rumblings kind of shine some light on some things. It could also be that you see somebody else who's like couples goals. And you're like, oh, that's so beautiful. They mutually love and respect one another. The way that they talk to and about each other is beautiful. The way that they support and love each other is beautiful. I don't have that. Huh. You know, it's just whatever this judgment is, it's shining a giant spotlight on whatever is lacking. And that's when you can kind of see and make some changes, get out of that stuck energy, listen to your inner guidance. Sometimes when our hands are open to give, they're also open to receive. So sometimes you have to leave a partnership to make room for a new one. Whether that's romantic or at work or whatever it is for you. So you might still feel a little defeated. Kind of like, oh, well, that didn't work. And I have half of my income. I can't spend as freely. Or, you know, maybe the cable bill hits a little harder or whatever it is for you. Because you don't have that other half of the income, or the rent or mortgage payment. It's like, oh, they were paying half of that. It's not that you're not capable. Just use the mantra, all of my bills are paid in full and on time. All of my bills are paid in full and on time. All of my bills are paid in full and on time. So just use that mantra. It works wonders. So let's get this wrapped up with the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Wands. Whoa, Eight of Cups. Yeah, you're moving on now. You're done. You're like, nope, we're moving on. And it's an emotional one, right? It's an emotional leaving. Maybe you're emotionally leaving before you physically leave, because cups are all about emotions. So beautiful. See that big full moon? Could have something to do with the full moon. Could be around a full moon. Could be just because that moon brought out those secrets. But walking away. And it's not that it's going to be super easy. It might suck. It might. But you just know that it's for the greater good. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, nice. All right, guys. So then we have something here. So let me get through this part and then I'll show you. So the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, you're like, this isn't the seed that I planted. This is not what I asked for. I planted watermelon seeds and I got cucumbers. So definitely grass wasn't greener on the other side. It's not at all what you thought it was going to be. I mean, most of us don't get married knowing that we're entering a long-term partnership or making some big move like moving in with somebody, or making a job choice because we know that we're going to leave. Most of us don't do that. But sometimes it happens. And that's when it's like, this isn't really what I thought it was going to be or what I was hoping for. And it could be 6 months, it could be 6 years after the fact. And you're like, this just isn't working for me anymore. Four of Wands in reverse, definitely the end of a significant relationship. You're also not feeling very celebratory. And that's okay. I mean, you don't have to like dance out of the room. Like, peace. But it's, the Eight of Cups. So something big is over. Three of Pentacles. That's about teamwork. So maybe somebody's helping you with that. Maybe somebody is, whether it's a counselor or just someone that you trust dearly. Maybe it's your friends. Somebody's helping you. While you're working on the fine details, the universe is working on the big picture. That could be too. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So you're definitely not feeling like you're in your power, that you're independent, that you're capable of doing this on your own, but you are. You are. This is just what it feels like. It's not necessarily reality, unless you make it your reality, which don't do that. Eventually, the Emperor. So this could be a father figure. It could be your boss, just a trusted advisor, going back to that Three of Pentacles. So the Emperor, also the sign of, I see this as the sign of Aries. So this is also the divine masculine. So up here, we had the Empress. Now I know she was in reverse, but I'm going to pull her out upright so you guys can see this. This is divine counterparts. So anytime that we have the Emperor and the Empress in a reading, they are, there's a significant storyline here for twin flame, ultimate soulmate, divine union. Insert label here. And they are two peas in a pod, really. So what I think is interesting, the divine feminine was in reverse. Typically it's the other way around, where the divine feminine, which if you know, if this is your story for this lifetime where you're divine feminine, divine masculine, you're awakened. This is also the marriage of within, because we have to unite our within before we can get the other half of our soul in the external. So the divine feminine is in reverse. And this, I think, came out in a reading last week. So the roles are reversing, where the divine masculine is the one that is like within his power. He knows what's up. He's healing. He's getting it together. And the divine feminine is like, pump the brakes. So the divine feminine might not be feeling in her power right now. And the divine masculine is like all about it. So when we can get both parties upright, she might need some healing. So this could be a divine masculine is moving on from a situation, and the divine feminine is very much feeling the other side of the story. So, as always, take what resonates. So I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Mermaid Oracle that was created by Doreen Virtue. This is one that is no longer in print. There are plenty of beautiful mermaid oracle decks, and I have some that are still in print. This one just is not. And I've always loved this deck. It's very responsive. I mean, I know I'm a mermaid, but this one's just always just beautiful artwork. Maybe someday I'll make a new deck. We'll see. We'll see where life takes me. This deck is unfortunately no longer in print, and if you can find it anywhere, it's probably astronomical prices. But check out if you resonate with mermaids and you love their playful energy, then feel free to use a deck that you feel called towards. So this will probably be a little more feminine energy, but in general, just a little more playful. Oh, okay, beautiful. So you're being helped. So again, allow other people to help you. Know that the universe is orchestrating all these events and that you are never alone. If you're like, oh my God, I don't have anybody to help me. Yes, you do. You have an army. You have a legion of spirit ready to help. Protection. Everything is protected. You are protected. No matter what you feel, know that the divine is with you and helping you, and knowing that you are safe and protected no matter what happens gives you the courage to move forward. So now I'm going to pull Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. We're going to see what's being hidden from you right now. What aren't you seeing? What are those secrets that by bringing this to light can help you, regardless of your story? This one is by Collette, Baron-Reid. It's a beautiful deck. Ooh, all right. The Cosmos, Creativity and Vastness, number 41. And 4 and 1 is 5 and 5. It's change. It's beautiful. The Cosmos. Creativity. So even though the Emperor, I almost said High Priestess, because this reminds me of the High Priestess. Even though the Empress was in reverse, this is all about creativity. Let's see. Keywords that might fly out at us. Creativity in all forms is represented by the cosmos. It's a sign to place your attention on creative projects as they will be successful. Remember that all of life is creative and you're always co-creating with the divine. See? The cosmos also represents the principle of infinity and the vastness of the energetic exchange of consciousness influencing all living things. That is a really verbose way of saying that everything's connected and you're always exchanging energy, whatever that is, if it's time, money, clothing, whatever it is, your resources with other people, and it influences everybody because we're all connected. This teaches us that every intention we set is in fact contagious with the power to influence others. We're entangled at our deepest energetic place. So all our souls are from the same source. So we can't help but to have an effect on others from an individual level to a global one. And aren't we seeing that right now? Hello, pandemic 2020. This is a sign to remind you to open up to the well of creativity deep within you and be mindful of your thoughts and actions. Always a good idea. 4 of Swords energy. Both are influencing your outer world. Most important, keep taking action towards your goals as the cosmos responds perfectly to manifest your highest destiny. Be careful what you think because it becomes your reality. Expect to be inspired and to meaningfully touch others with all that you create. So, be careful what you wish for, is basically what they're saying. All right, Isis Oracle. This one's by Alana Fairchild, and it's fairly new. I also have the journal that matches. I didn't get them together because I didn't know that the journal existed until it was like, oh, also suggested for you. Like, yes, please. I love Isis. I love all of the goddesses, of course, but there are some that I work more closely with, and Isis is one of them. Hopefully you're not hearing too much of the shuffling. All right. Since we were just at the peak of Lionsgate and we're still in the energy, these cards are really big and they're beautiful, full of esoteric knowledge. Incredible cards. If you feel like you have any kind of ties to ancient Egypt, any past life stuff, check out this deck. It's incredible. I got 2. Pillar of Light, Descent of the Star of Isis. Oh, incredible. It's a hieroglyphs on a pillar. Beautiful. Chariot of Ascension, spiritual work of the higher initiate. And it's purple. A lot of people see the crown chakra as purple or violet. Could also have to do with the violet flame. Pillar of Light. Let's see. Portal of Light. Pillar of Light. I was hoping that they were in alphabetical order. It appears that they are. Descent of the Star of Isis. So here you go. Just to kind of grab the energy. Beings of light and divinity are calling you now. They wish to connect with you more strongly, and you are being guided to strengthen your energy field to allow more of the divine light that seeks you to flow through your body safely and into expression. I started getting really excited because I'm like, oh, that's exactly what the Lionsgate portal is. It's the cosmic alignment of these beautiful celestial beings, our solar center, our sun in our galaxy, the star Sirius, which is the spiritual sun, and those of us here on Earth. It's the influx of cosmic light energy activation, literally changing our DNA. It's really cool. You just let it flow, accept it, allow it, set the intention that you allow this divine light to flow through you, awaken you. Perfect. Love it when that happens. Chariot of Ascension. There's a High Priestess card in this deck too. It's pretty awesome. Chariot of Ascension. Merkaba. Interesting. Spiritual work of the higher initiate. Sorry, I'll hold it up for you. There we go. Your soul wishes to travel more freely between the dimensions of higher reality. This is to allow for conscious spirit communication, the free flow of soul light into the physical body, and the joining in divine harmony of earth and heaven. It requires a powerful consciousness to do this. The Merkaba, Chariot of Ascension, and Soul Fire is the spiritual gift to attain these divine purposes now, available to you as a high initiate. These are times when the soul becomes ambitious and wishes to live its entire light and conscious oneness with the expression of its being, including the physical body. So, some of it is like really heady. So I'm going to break it down for you. Basically, what this means is allow those light codes, allow this activation to become part of you, to allow your spirit to ascend, your soul to ascend, because that's why we're here. That is the ultimate. You don't need Lionsgate to tell you that. Our souls know why we're here. I say this all the time. Our souls know exactly why we're here and will never steer us wrong. So tap in, High Priestess. Tap into your higher consciousness, yourself, your higher self, and know why you are here, what lessons you want to learn. This reading was full of lessons. What lessons do you want to learn for your highest and greatest good so that our souls can ascend? That's the whole purpose of being here, to learn to love more freely, love one another more freely, more unconditionally, so that we can become closer to the higher source of divine love. God, Goddess, universe, whatever it is you want to call it. So there you go. This is a fantastic time. This portal opens every year. It's like the last week of July through the second week of August. And the portal is at its peak on 8/8. So every year you have this opportunity to allow this light to come in, allow these codes of awakening to activate. It's very Transformers, Power Rangers kind of thing. Can you tell I have a boy? So I've been watching all of this stuff for too many years. He's a teenager now. And just let it be, let it flow through you, let everything happen for you so that you can live more consciously aware, co-creating with the divine, what you want to see here in the physical world. And also when you go for your life review, when your spirit transitions back to source, make it a good one. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful week. This was pretty intense, so if you have any questions, feel free to lovingly comment below. And you can also email me. So all of my information is in the description box below. Have a great week. Take care.